What is going on, guys? Nathan here, back from a week-long stay in Palm Springs, California, back in the frigid cold. I think it's like 15 degrees out right now, probably lower than that, wouldn't be surprised, but anyway, this is a sort of little mini montage of basically what we did throughout our week's stay in Palm Springs, and the weather was absolutely awesome. But basically, these clips are assembled more by type than by like order in which they occurred. So like this first series is kind of just what the pool looked like, you know, our view from it, and you know, just kind of what it looked like in terms of like weather. And there you actually see myself, and here you actually see myself again. I'm in the water with all the glare there. And yeah, so I asked my sister to film me, but basically, I don't know if I already said this, but I'm going to give a brief explanation of everything that occurred. Now here, this little clip, this little clip is where I accidentally locked myself out of the room and had to wait for like 15 minutes while my dad came back, because I forgot that in order to get back in the room, you need a card, and I actually like exited it to do a room tour, which is what this next clip is. So here you can see it was basically two rooms. One was the larger one, which was like the main area, and then the other room was actually where me and my sister slept and did whatever. And here we see the outside a little bit there as I move into the bedroom. Now this was my parents' bedroom, so it's not anything special really, but yeah, the hotel was like really, I mean, the rooms themselves were really decent. It was very large, and we actually own, I think, these two rooms because of part of like my parents' timeshare there or something like that. But yeah, so now we kind of enter into me and my sister's room. That door on the left there is actually the exit of the room. So this is a little bit smaller, as you can see, kind of just with this general pan as I go into the bathroom here. But yeah, that was pretty much our room. And I mean, near the end it was getting pretty dirty because, you know, there's dirt on the floor and stuff from walking in, but like other than that, it was like a really nice room and everything. And now we move on to the scenery in Palm Springs, which is really interesting. It's not the best, but it's really interesting because what in Palm Springs, like Palm Springs is itself in kind of a bowl in like the mountains, and here you can kind of see the mountains in the background, but what you see is that there are like mountains all around wherever you look, because you're literally sitting below everything, so you just kind of have this background in like a 360-degree circle of the mountains. And here you get a better view of that. But that previous clip was actually a showcase of really something interesting in Palm Springs, because it is so like the grass and trees there are artificial, or not artificial, but they were artificially like moved there and maintained. What you see is like really well kept green scenery, and then like on the other side, if you just like turn around 180 degrees, it's all just desert wasteland. And this is also a shot of the wind farms heading into Los Angeles, which is the next series of clips up here. And then this was a random lonely house that we saw just driving on the highway into LA. It's like, why would you live there? What is the point of just building a bright red house? I don't know if you guys can see the color, but it's just a bright red house just sitting in the middle of nowhere. It's like, seriously, what the heck? And then this is the Hollywood, I don't really know what to call it, but basically we're in this like sightseeing up high type of mountain dealio where you can see the Hollywood sign and look over LA, and you can see that LA smog, guys. That was just ridiculous. You probably could not see from our vantage point like across the city, as you can see a better shot there, not because of the angle at which we were looking, but because of the smog. It's just like that's just ridiculous, and it's kind of saddening subconsciously how horrible we are in terms of like pollution, if you kind of look at it that way. But now we are actually driving into Beverly Hills. This was kind of the transition between, you know, just kind of average LA whatever and Beverly Hills. And while we this is a longer clip, but driving in LA is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you cannot get anywhere fast in that city just because there's so much traffic. I mean, we weren't even driving in heavy traffic, and it just took forever. And there's just a lot of stoplights to go through because there's so many crossing streets and intersections and stuff, and it's just pretty ridiculous. Now here we are on the Los Angeles Walk of Fame. I'll hopefully get some footage here of the ground. This was where like all of the stars do their whole like footprint and custom message in the cement. And here we have like Will Smith. I found other guys like I don't remember if Chuck Norris was there. I don't think he was, but it was like really famous actors like Tom Hanks. There were some oldies there too, like from the 50s, and even I saw like the 40s. Like that was ridiculous. So there's just kind of like basically a handprint, a footprint, and then you know, whatever their little message they wanted to write. A lot of them said like thank you to Don or Dill or something like that, which was apparently the owner of the area that they were, or I don't know, some big shot owner of Hollywood. I actually believe he was the owner of most of the video industry or something in Hollywood at some point in time. Or I don't even know, but the previous clip was of Morgan Freeman. I wanted to capture that one because Morgan Freeman is a baller, and I'm trying to keep up with the clips here, but this clip was actually kind of funny, I thought, because it was Batman and whatever that villain is. I totally forget his name. Oh yeah, Bane. Those two guys were talking, and here's a freaking kick-ass Spartan costume. I thought that was like awesome. I really wanted to ask the guy like if he made it or if he bought it, and if so, like how much did it cost and stuff, but then I was like, I don't know, it's kind of like Los Angeles and you just don't want to go up and talk to strangers. That'd be kind of weird. But yeah, more of just walking down the Walk of Fame. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with these clips. This is Beverly Hills. Now, Beverly Hills is a super ritzy area, alright? Like, this part of LA just screams money, as you can see. Well, I'm not sure if you can see, but there'll be clips coming up of the super nice cars. Like, here we have just this really nice black car just sitting in the street, like, whatever. And then this car, everyone was actually, like, stopping to take pictures of because it was so nice, and it was just sitting there on the sidewalk. Like, somebody just was like, whatever, I'll just go shopping, and left their car there. But like, there were so many nice cars and stuff, and I mean, the shops were super expensive, and I mean, obviously that's where like a lot of celebrities shop and stuff, like people who have money to afford that kind of stuff. But that was just ridiculous, and I mean, even though it was way like above my social class, if you will, I'm glad that I did visit Beverly Hills just to like see what money feels like as an atmosphere. So this is going along the ocean beach, and I've been to actually the ocean like many times before, so it wasn't really that special, especially with the weather. It was really foggy. But now we move on to golf, as I keep getting behind in the clips here. These golf scenery shots were just kind of to show off the course. Me and my dad played on some first course, I don't remember. It wasn't that nice, but these shots are all of the Nick Faldo course, which was actually at the Marriott that we were staying at. And the course itself was incredibly difficult. Like it was not meant for amateur golfers for sure, but like it was so nice, and the landscape was awesome. And here we have a shot. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'll maybe point it out with editing or something. But there were tons of rabbits like all over. I don't know if it was just the resort, but like there were so many rabbits and ducks at the hotel that we were at. I don't know if those were like just at our hotel and they were like imported there or whatever, but it was like there were unnatural amounts of rabbits there, so that was kind of strange. And here's just me teeing off, and I believe I did an amazing drive on this hole, except that I ended up taking a horrible score because the greens just destroyed me. Like they were so punishing. And speaking of that too, I literally should have wore sandals for how much sand I was in on this course. Like I didn't do that bad for our second day of playing this course, but it was just ridiculous. I mean, there are so many bunkers, you know, fairway bunkers, that they just swallow your ball right up. Moving on here, we have downtown Palm Springs. This was actually a little village fest that we kind of explored. There was just a section of a road just filled with like a bunch of tents and stuff, people selling stuff, and here's a jazz band. And the following clip, I'm really hesitant to include the audio, but I think I will anyway, because they're singing a copyrighted song, but I'll include it anyway, because why the hell not. And here's Marilyn Monroe statue, and here's the actual jazz band. This singer was ridiculously good, so... so that jazz band was pretty decent. You know, a lot of people would have thought that they were good, but actually my little small town jazz band is actually really, really good, so my standards were kind of pretty high, so they were pretty decent to me, I would say. But there is a clip upcoming here, the last clip before I kind of end the video, and this really isn't the best note to end the video on, but I just have to explain something to you guys who haven't been to California before, or haven't been to it at the age at which you could comprehend stuff. Watching people in California is really, really entertaining because there is a lot of diversity. Now, I'm not talking about diversity ethnicity-wise, I'm talking about diversity, like, weird versus normal person-wise, okay? This last clip is a perfect example of what you find in California. The person on the right was a woman. The person on the left was a man, alright? I don't know how to explain this other than literally, you people in California, what the literal F are you thinking, okay? Another example, we were walking behind this guy in the small town village fest or whatever, and basically he stood out in that he was normal looking for the most part, except that he was wearing the shirt, this white shirt that was so gigantic. It was basically a dress on him, and it's like the people watching is just so hilarious that you just have to like step back for a moment and be like, what the F are you guys thinking over there? Like what goes through your mind as you look at yourself in the mirror, you know, before heading out into public and being like, yeah, I look good. I think people will find me, you know, acceptable if I look like this. I mean, what is with people? So another random thing about people that I found really surprising, and this isn't bad in like the least way, but what I found is that in California there are a lot of gay people in California. Like, I'm not saying that as a bad thing, you know, like whatever, do your own thing, but it was really just surprising because pretty much like 1 in every 5, maybe 1 in every 7 couples we would see walking down the sidewalk was probably homosexual, and it's just like really surprising how California has such a larger population of gay people, which, like I said, isn't a bad thing, but it's just more of a shock coming from a less diverse, you know, area where I'm in, where there, like, a lot of that isn't displayed as much. And on that note, it is just about time to wrap up the video. However, there are a couple of informational dealios that I'd like to pass on. Tomorrow I have the day off for school, which is awesome because we have third quarter has ended actually, so we get the day off for whatever teachers need to get their grades in. So I'll be able to probably make a couple of videos for you guys, and my whole 1,000 subscriber video will be tomorrow as well. We'll get that started. And, well, actually, that's like a few days too late, but oh well. And then the other thing was that, oh yeah, so golf actually started for school, so, pretty much that will pretty much mean that I'll still probably be able to get a video uploaded a day. However, they might be uploaded later in the day, kind of starting for the next couple of months, because basically it will pretty much end at 5:30. And then by the time I get gameplay or whatever, depending on the video actually won't be uploaded until probably later in the day. So for you, whatever Pacific Coast, I believe it is, yeah, it's pretty much no change for you, being you'll still be awake. But for like Eastern Coasters, or Eastern Coasters, is that a thing? It'll be like later than usual. So yeah, that's a thing now, and that was pretty much all I had on my mind. Feel free to say pineapple if you got this far in the video. I'm really interested to kind of find out stuff along that lines, and check out that poll of the day in the description/annotation. And yeah, cause that will affect something that I want to do. You'll have to find out what it is in the description. And yeah, alright, I'll stop rambling. I'm sorry. I'm gonna waste 10 more seconds of your time, and then, no, I'm just kidding. Alright, bye-bye.